There's nothing the Ottawa bubble loves more than election speculation, and it looks like we are in such a cycle again, as everyone's asking, will there, won't there be an election in the months ahead in Canada? And I think the answer is definitely no for a few reasons. For starters, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has a good thing going on right now with this supply and confidence agreement he has with the NDP. This whole coalition, but just don't call it a coalition thing he has with Jagmeet Singh. Now, Singh said that there would be checks and balances. He would hold the Liberals to account. But who are we kidding here? He hasn't done that. Jagmeet Singh is practically a non-entity in Canadian politics right now. I mean, I haven't heard from him, seen from him in quite some time. Does he even show up at the House of Commons anymore? I don't know. So Justin Trudeau basically has a majority. So why shouldn't he run out the clock on that? Now, one of the other big ones is the state of the economy right now. Lots of negative stuff going on. Numbers are not looking good. Canadians who face very rising mortgage payments, they could unfortunately lose their homes. That's just not a situation where you want to be running a campaign on or you're running for re-election. Incumbents often get punished in those scenarios. Now, third, let's not pretend that the Liberals are not afraid of running up against Pierre Poilievre. I think they're very nervous because Pierre Poilievre wants to do things differently. He's not going to be playing by the old rules. Media communication strategies, and they're very nervous about that. And I think the big tell is that they keep saying that Pierre's actually the guy that the Liberals really want to run against. We want to run against this guy. And you're like, yeah, right. I think you're doing reverse psychology by saying that he is the person you want to run against. But lastly, I think one of the reasons that they don't want an election is because this is the end for Justin Trudeau, if only because he's been in office actually for a pretty long time now. 2015, 2023, it's 8 years. You're kind of getting there to close to being a decade. 8 years is the amount of time that an American president is allowed to serve in office for. And then, of course, you can't have a third term. I mean, it's a big chunk of time. And I remember in 2015, a lot of people say, oh, Stephen Harper will win again. I just kind of thought, well, I don't know if he'll win again, if only because he's just been around for so long. And people get tired of seeing the same guy on their television screens or on the videos on their phones, talking to them about their daily lives and just talking to them about Canadian politics, and they say, I want to change things up. And I just think they're stale. They've run their course, and this is the time you've got. It's a pretty good run, and you can't be the new guy. You can't be a change agent. You can't put forward new ideas, because then we say, well, why didn't you implement them in the past 8 years? And that's what they're up against. I don't think there's going to be another term for Justin Trudeau and the Liberals for those sort of basic, fundamental reasons. So they're going to want to run out the clock. They're going to want to serve for as many months as they can.